Hi everyone, you're listening to the pilot episode of the GO podcast. Maybe you're wondering, bakit ba may pa-podcast ang guidance office? Ano pag-uusapan dyan? At sino-sino naman ba ang makakasama namin bawat episode? Well, to know the answers to those burning questions, tara, samahan nyo kami sa kulitan at chikahan with your hosts, Ate Lhet, Kuya Eric, and Kuya Jam. Hi everyone! Kumusta tayo?
Hello, good morning!
Good morning, everyone!
Kamusta tayo, Ate Lhet, Kuya Eric?
Well, my weekend was very good. I spent it with my baby boy and had some family bonding. So, medyo nakapag-rest and nakapag-reconnect with family. So, it was very good for me. Kayo, kumusta naman?
Wow, buti pa sa Ate Lhet, no? Sorry, medyo sinisipan ako ng konti kasi umagang-umaga. Alright, so, I'm happy for Ate Lhet, and just to share with what happened last weekend for this weekend. Well, I'm very happy kasi nga may bagong hobby. I go out so for may physical exercise, which is really important para sa akin, especially most of the time siguro mga 90% ng oras ko ay nakalaan sa bahay lang at sa work. So I'm very happy. So hopefully maging consistent talaga itong physical hobbies ko. How about ikaw, Jam?
Ako naman more of parang reconnecting with old hobbies. So, siguro siguro mga 30 minutes lang of practice ulit with our niece or Kali. Pero aside from that, same lang siguro with our listeners. More Netflix. So, kakatapos ko lang The Queen's Gambit. O yan, wow. Wow ba kasi parang konti pa lang talaga, di ba? Yung iba wala pa din talagang connection. So, medyo ini-embrace natin kung ano yung blessings na nandun. So, dinamnam talaga siya for this weekend. So, hearing you guys, parang mga own interest natin, hobbies, and then of course, commitments for the weekends. I'm wondering lang for our listeners, for those listening to us on Facebook, feel free to comment how you're doing, kung kamusta kayo down below. And then we'll be sure to check it out later after the show. Alright, so siguro Ate Lhet, Kuya Eric, baka for a lot of our listeners, for our viewers, medyo hindi pa nila tayo kakilala, di ba? Kasi syempre first episode natin sa Guidance or GO podcast. And at the same time, yung iba siguro sa routine interview pa lang natin nakakausap. So perhaps we can spend some time to introduce ourselves more to our listeners.
Oh, yes naman, Jam. So, everyone, again, I'm Ate Lhet, no? So, for those who have met me during routine interviews, especially STEM grade 11 students, so, again, ako po ito, no? So, I'm Ate Lhet. I'm, actually part of the Ateneo for almost 7 years, no? So, after I graduated, I already took job here, first at the psychology department as a faculty, and then when the senior high school came, I transferred as a guidance counselor. Kasi parang I always believe nang pumasok ko ng psychology that I'd like to touch people's lives in whatever way I can empower people. And then on a personal note naman, I'm a mother of a 14-month-old baby boy who is, of course, very cute para sa akin kasi ako ang nanay niya. So, yun. A very lovable baby boy, and I'm enjoying my motherhood as of the moment. So, yun. Kayo?
Wow! Wow, buti pa si Ate Lhet, no? May baby na. Ibang baby pala yun. So, but then, of course...
Parang love life na baby ang tinutukoy doon ni Eric. Hindi naman yung baby pang milestone Jam.
Alright. Siguro, I'm very happy ulit kay Ate Lhet. Parang lagi din ako very happy kay Ate Lhet, no? But then, yes, I can relate to that. Sa akin naman, well, I'm Kuya Eric. I'd like to say hi to all of the students na nakausap ko na, especially during the routine interviews. So, at least marami na ako nakilala mga grade 11 students. So, well, I started off with entering the world of the corporate ladder, but then, of course, along the way, I still wanted to practice my profession as in the guidance and counseling field. So that's the reason why I'm here as your guidance advocate. And I'm now currently taking my master's, of course, in guidance and counseling para mas mahasa rin yung aking knowledge and the practice itself. So that's really the reason why I'm here. And I'm very happy because I'm now teamed up with Ate Lhet and Kuya Jam ever since college, right? Parang hindi na tayo nagsasawa sa isa't isa. Kalain ba natin from college until sa career natin, magkakasama tayo. So, yan. How about Jam?
How about Jam? Bigla.
How about Jam?
Kuya Eric. Oo. So, ako naman guys, I'm Kuya Jam. I am the youngest among the three.
Kailangan talaga sabihin na youngest ka?
Oo. Kailangan nyo na-emphasize. Kaya lang po ako po yung pinaka-haggard sa mga panahon na to kasi medyo wala pang aircon, wala pang connection dito sa office. So, ano naman, ako, right after graduation, I entered the senior high school as a full-time faculty. So, I was before a teacher sa humanities and social sciences. So, hi dyan sa mga UMs and GAS students as well. So, I taught personal development and some major subjects in UM. So, pero aside from that, parang eventually since I graduated with a degree in psychology, parang I felt that I wanted to really practice. I really wanted to help people now through one-on-one conversations to journeying with them. So, nag-request ako no na to enter the guidance office. Pero, for those who might be wondering, hindi ko po to first choice. Kasi, same with Ate Lhet, I know Ate Lhet, diba same tayo na dapat mag-med tayo. Okay?
True, that's the plan. It's the original plan. Go to med school. Pero yan.
Alright.
Kaso,
yeah, diba? life has its own plan.
And I think si Eric din, diba? Iba din yung original path, tama?
Oh, from IT to psychology, di ba? Ang lapit, ang dali i-connect di ba?
Alright. So hearing it guys, parang lahat naman din talaga tayo pumunta talaga sa field na to, sa profession na to, to really help people to be with people and journey with them. So maybe our listeners, our viewers are wondering, bakit parang podcast na iba na yung ating platform? Siguro, can anyone share what made us decide to really go for a podcast?
Ayan. So, if I'm not mistaken, Jam, the idea of the podcast kasi has been parang floating na. Kasi nga, this is the new trend, di ba? Parang ganun yung natin, yung dating sa atin. And naisipan na natin na i-launch na siya during this time. Kasi sabi natin, naka-synchronous. So, mahirap mag-run sa homeroom ng mga modules. Sabi natin, baka mas accessible if something na they could listen to. Yun, I think si Jam talaga ang may sa kanya yung light bulb ng idea ng GM podcast, diba? Matagal yan na itong pinufloat sa amin And then, I think with the changes na nangyayari, with the typhoons, with the connection problems, so eto na, we are trying to have this para mas maipagpatuloy yung services namin, particularly sa Kumbong.
Yeah, thank you for that, Ate Lhet. So, really, itong service na talagang itong pagpa-podcast natin, it's just one of the things that we've been planning here on the guidance office, particularly for the different things we're focused on. So one of that was really mental health. Kaya lang, medyo, given our circumstances this semester in particular, medyo may mga programs tayo medyo na move, diba? So we felt immediately na parang podcast was the best way to be able to connect with you even though it's not live, diba? To be able to even provide kahit yung audio clip lang for those na need to just download it. So, kasi, yun, it's maximizing what we have and still learning to keep moving forward, diba? So, how about you, Kuya Eric? Baka may gusto ko bang idagdag doon?
Tsaka to add lang, Jam, then, is to really answer what is currently in need. Especially that most of us, all of us actually, were affected by the typhoon. So, especially, kahit nga sa bahay nga namin, wala pa rin internet, di ba? Thank you so much. Hindi ko na babanggitin ko ano yung provider para, pero alam nyo na yun. Dalawa lang naman yan.
Magkaiba yung provider natin, pero parehong wala. Tama ba?
Yes, nagko-collaborate din sila. So yun, accessibility talaga So at least we're answering the accessibility to at least majority of our students. Tama ka dyan, Jam.
All right. So hearing you then talaga, guys, diba? This is really part of the things we want to do and we keep on doing here in the guidance office kasi as part of the formation offices, Ateneo is just not concerned with your academics, how you acquire knowledge, but we're definitely also concerned with your level of well-being, how you're doing, and your own personal development. So sana through the podcast, the Geo podcast, talagang matamaan natin yon. All right? So with that, siguro our listeners are wondering, ano siguro yung pinaka pag-uusapan natin for this round of podcasts?
Our podcast, our Geo podcast, again, sabi ko kanina, is primarily to substitute for the great sessions, no? And yun nga, sabi ni Eric, dahil sa mga nagdaang bagyo. So, we would like to highlight for our Geo podcast session for particular topics that would help you build more resilience, no? Amidst the challenges na pagdaanan natin. So, parang yun yung target. So, we'll be offering you some practical tips, more on the building blocks of being resilient. Pero syempre, dahil pag-uusapan niya yung resilience, no? So, siguro to give lang our audience din an idea. So, Eric, ano ba yung, yung perspective natin when it comes to resilience?
Yes, very, parang mainit na usapan ngayon ang pangalan na resilience. Parang pag nagkaanak nga ako, parang hindi ko muna papangalanan na resilience. Kasi baka, maging, siya. Pero, again, well, resilience is really actually bouncing back from what you are currently experiencing. Probably, you're experiencing some difficulties. So, it's not just, again, it's bouncing back, but at the same time, you are also making ways in order for you to rebuild yourself. Kasi napaka-important na mag-start rin talaga sa sarili mo before you, before you help other people. Napaka-importante talaga yun.
Can we, roughly lang give our audience, our viewers, some of the things that they can expect for the coming seasons?
Siguro, Jam, yung pagdadaanan natin yung mga topics on career, how to be productive, even pwede natin maging topic rin yung gender. So, yun yung isa sa mga pwede natin pag-usapan along the way.
Sige, Atelet.
Yes, and I think aside from the additional topics about resilience on other programs of the guidance office, for the next sessions or episodes natin dito, we'll be having more of really guiding you to particular areas of resilience building. So we could be talking about something about self-regulation when it comes to having routines, how do we take control of the things na kailangan nating magampanan in our role. Isa siya. And then eventually, as we go along with this GO podcast, kasi nga sabi namin, bago pa lang, as of now, it will just be a substitute for great sessions sa homeroom, pero eventually, we'll be coming up with more topics. And along the way, we are, encouraging you to actually give us comments and suggestions, kung meron kayong mga nakikitang ways for us to improve more our production and also topics na mga gusto niyong pag-usapan. Kasi parang ako, visualize ko dito. Eventually, we will have a more interactive GO podcast. Siguro we can have a topic wherein ahead of time they could give us particular experiences or na pwede nating mapag-usapan. So, ganun yung nakikita akong feature ng GO podcast. Ikaw ba, Sam? How are you viewing the GO podcast?
Right. So, I think Atelet, you really hit the the mark when it comes to really what you're going to push for the GO podcast. So, ang hope ko din talaga is meron na tayo mga pa-live Q&As, yung parang ito kasi recorded pa ngayon. So, eventually live din tayo makikipag-interact with each other. And then we'll have some guests over. So, malay nyo, 'di ba, may mga someone out there na talagang popular and you might feel na parang may gusto akong itanong. We can invite them here. We'll try, we'll try, but we're not promising anyone. So, and then different things. Siguro, when it comes to that, we hope that you feel free to post or share us with us those things. you can actually message us on Facebook or send us a text, 'di ba? Even on the numbers being flashed below. All right? So, and for those listening to our audio version, to our podcast, so I hope you can check out our promotions or emails from the guidance. With that, siguro na lang. Let's tell them siguro what to expect for the coming week, Ate Lhet.
Yes, for the coming weeks po, we will be our target is to release the episodes every Friday. So like I said, a substitute for the great session. So we're expected to release it at 9 every Friday, and then perhaps around 10 you can access them. So sabi nga ni Kuya Jam, I'm not sure, pero ang sure kung avenue would be, this will be accessible through Spotify, tama ba? Facebook, our Facebook group, yes, or Facebook page, both.
Same, both.
Same, okay. And then this will also be uploaded in your Google Classroom, tama ba?
Right,
yes.
Right.
All right. And ano pa ba? We are targeting 3 episodes for the semester that would hopefully encapsulate more on the resilience building. So, yun.
How about naman yung mga baka kasing iba talaga di ba? Hindi naman stable yung connection nila. So, how can they access kaya itong mga episodes natin?
Well, they can access that via, as a Google Classroom. We'll be uploading them, so they can just download it anytime.
Alright.
Yes.
So, clearly, parang ang dami talagang ways to connect and be able to get all the things that they can hear from this podcast. So, pero guys, how we just want to emphasize then that this podcast isn't really a substitute from the different services that we offer. Those services are still ongoing. So the routine interview is ongoing, counseling services are ongoing, and so on and so forth. So for those who are wondering how they can avail of this, like our Facebook page, send us a message there, or again, send us a text. Both for Smart and Globe, meron kaming numbers for that. Or baka dun sa mga walang load, makakonect tayo sa free messenger, di ba? Send us a message. You'll receive a text or call from 8 to 5 p.m. Every Monday to Friday. Okay? So, yan.
Yes.
Now that you know what to expect from the show, guys, feel free to send us your comments and suggestions to the GO podcast through our different social media channels. So, anything else, Ate Lhet, Kuya Eric, before we go?
Well, for me I hope that you support this GO podcast and that we continuously avail of the other services of the guidance office. Now, for the routine interviews, we do not anymore have, parang previously kasi we announced that there will be a bisection schedule, as of now. Whenever you need the feel to contact us or you'd like to talk to us, so you can always give us a call, a chat, or a message. Yun.
All right. So thank you so much again for listening, and we'll see you next Friday for the start of the GO podcast. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
See you again.
Salamat.